Hi, welcome to the Knitting Samurai Plus One video podcast. I'm your host, Steph, and this is episode 90. So happy! Yes, it is a beautiful sunny day here in Seacoast, New Hampshire, so we're outside again. I could make it work, so we're gonna be here. Although the sun, I might have to inch forward or lean forward or talk fast or something to stay ahead of it, but right now it's beautiful. So, would you like to know why I'm so happy? Besides being due in less than 3 weeks to deliver this little guy, I am first so happy because, well, lemons into lemonade. So last Thursday night, my computer stopped working. My laptop, that HP laptop that we purchased last July, oh, that sun is gonna bother me. Yeah, right on the edge. Oh well, you don't mind. That we purchased last July, Windows 8 has been nothing but trouble, right? And last July I had to get all new software for doing the podcast and for editing and recording. It was just a lot changed for me. And I've worked through those changes, and I'm not really big on change. And so there was part of me that wondered if my resistance to the new computer was that it was different. And I was only using it for like an hour a week, 2 hours max. And my work computer, you know, it's a work computer, and those things are maximized for efficiency. So, yeah, this just, anyways. Thursday, hard drive failure. HP said it's still under warranty, great, but we're gonna need it back, and we can't send you a box to get it back until Monday, and we're gonna need to have it for 10 days at that point. And yeah, maybe you'll get your 9-10 months worth of pictures and videos off it, and maybe you won't. And I was like, oh. And at that point it was midnight on Thursday night, and I went to bed crying. Very upset to have lost, because the week before I had backed up the podcast. I had uploaded those 8 previous episodes. Everything was on the external terabyte drive for the podcast, and I was being lazy and I didn't move over Roland's pictures. So everything, I was afraid that I had lost everything, you know, first singing of ABCs and all kinds of things. So long story short, I looked at Steve and said, I can't go on maternity leave without a computer, and we're looking at 3 weeks of them having it, and I'm due in 3 weeks, and so let's just order a Windows 7. Bottom of the line, just, you know, if we can find one with software, and we'll load all my old software, and I'll just go backwards. And we did, and I'm keeping the video software because I do like that, and it will run on 7, but I've had the new computer. He had it next day aired, and I've had it for 3-4 days now. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't notice that it's slow. It's fine. It works as well as my computer before this Windows 8 awfulness, and I'm just very, very happy to have that computer. So, and you know, I mean, right now I could do a lot of my personal stuff at work, lunch, late, whatever, but you know, being on leave, I'm not going to be able to, so I needed to have that. So I am just over the moon excited about that. The other thing that I am so happy about, and I need to say thank you, a great big thank you to Steve of Dramatic Knits. If you watch his podcast, you've seen it, and if you haven't, you should. Steve and Callie. He sent me this beautiful blanket for our little guy. So he's been working on this, and I've been watching him work on it and thinking, oh, I should cast on and knit along with him and Kelly. They were both knitting one of these. Hers is orange and his is gray. And I ended up not, for some reason. Things got in the way. And what a surprise last night. My husband, got the mail and was like, hey, you have a box from Dramatic Knits. Did you order anything? Knowing I've been cold sheeping while trying to. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Well, let me look. And it's this beautiful, gigantic blanket. Like, it almost touches the floor, and I'm sitting. It would touch the floor if there weren't bags between my legs. It's amazing. So, just so kind, so generous. I have to tell you that this is the Blue Diamonds blanket by Amanda Blair Brown, and it came out of the Cascade 60 Quick Baby Knits book. It's one of the ones I happen to like from that book, so that was kind of cool. And it was knit on size 9s, 5.5 millimeter needles with, what is it? Encore Chunky, Plymouth Encore Chunky. So definitely machine washable, so warm, so cozy. Oh my God, we're gonna love it this fall. Going to Rhinebeck. It's going to Rhinebeck. So thank you so much, Steve. Very, very much appreciated. And yeah, and then one more thank you to send out there into the universe, and that is to Sue KS. Thank you for the iTunes review. If you enjoy the show and you'd like to give a little something back, I'd really appreciate an iTunes review. Since we changed the feed, we lost all, or since I changed the feed over to WordPress instead of being hosted by Blip, I lost all of the reviews. So the podcast doesn't look very enticing if you see it in iTunes. So if you could take a minute, pop over there and do that, I'd really appreciate it. But thank you, Sue, for your review as well. All right, I think that's it for like administrative tucky stuff. So should we start talking about knitting now? I have two other things that I want to just give you the rundown on. So, and these are things that are going to carry through the summer that I'm going to keep talking about. So I wanted to take a minute and just give you a heads up on Camp Loopy and Stash Dash. So if you watch other podcasts, I'm sure you've heard of them, but if you don't, or maybe don't know all the details, let me just fill you in. Camp Loopy is run by the Loopy U, and it's 3 different projects that you complete throughout the summer on a timeline with themes and yardage goals in mind. So the first Camp Loopy project is from June 1st until June 30th, so the month of June, and it has to be related to your favorite book, TV show, or movie, and use 400 yards. Open-ended, right? Fun way to inspire you to come up with something to knit. The other thing I'm going to talk quite a bit about in the coming months is Stash Dash. So that is hosted by the Knit Girls, and that is a summer goal of knitting 5,400 plus yards. Yeah, 5,468 yards in from from May 23rd until August 7th. So during the time that Laura of the Knit Girls is on summer break, that's when Stash Dash happens. So I'm going to be working on both of those, and I'm going to talk about my projects in terms of this one's for that and that one's for this. So just wanted to get that out there as a heads up. That's what I'm referencing. So now let's move into talking about knitting, shall we? Okay, so the first 2 projects are in one bag because that's how I roll. And you've seen them before. These are, first on the needles, are the Oldest Anything socks. And I just saw the tag, so why not show it to you? This is Regia Galaxy color in the colorway 1559, circa July 2009. So this is my oldest Regia yarn, some of my oldest sock yarn. First one's completed. I've shown it to you before. I attempted a double gusset, toe up double gusset on this one. And now the second one, I am halfway through turning my heel flap. And for this one I continued with the toe up, but did a single gusset, and I can already tell I like it so much better. So it's much, hope you can see that. It highly resembles the Capwordy Riverbed construction from one of her sock books. Not sure exactly. I remember having knit it and that the finished object looks similar. So this is just me winging it and going, yeah, I'll put stitch markers and I'll increase on each side of the center and work my way up and out. So, and then turn my normal heel flap. So I have, about 6 stitches left on each side until the heel flap is done. But meanwhile, you can see that this continues the tradition of the first one and has the C's all over it that are the hallmark of the Galaxy yarn. So there's that one. So that's coming along, and you can see that on the first one I did about, what is that, 3-inch cuff, 1.5 inches, and then 1 inch of ribbing. So I will keep working away on that, and these will count towards my first Stash Dash FO, is my guess. So that's one project on the needles, and those are knit on US Zeros 2.0 millimeter needles. I also have a second pair of socks because they travel together, and that is, I don't have the tag loose there to show you. This is Loops and Thread Luxury Sock. Maybe a glare on that, but you can see there is a fly on my arm. This is the balloon colorway, color S835. So that's on the needles. For this, I decided to do, for me, an afterthought heel. So the first one is finished, and that's where the line goes for the afterthought heel. If I do my traditional folded in half, it's pretty close to the end there. I really like it. Just a 2x2 rib, toe up. Going well. I cast on the second one. I had to do, I didn't have to, but I did a service event with work one day, and so we're outside doing community service. And I volunteered to take pictures instead of doing manual labor. It's good when you're 9+ months pregnant to do pictures. So, but there's a lot of downtime in that. And so I would go and I'd do a round of pictures for an hour, and then I go sit for half an hour and rest and put my feet up because swelling, hello, what's up with this? So much more than last time. Put my feet up and work on this for a little bit. So right now that's what I'm thinking of when I look at these. But it's going along well. I've done 1.5 color repeats. So I'm not flying through these, but these will count towards the self-striping cowl with stockinette zombies. And the first pair I showed you will count towards the What You Swatchin' cowl over there for oldest anything. So, and of course all my socks are knit on 2.0 millimeter needles unless otherwise specified. So there was a third pair of socks that you have seen me working on, but I didn't actually get to them this week. So there's a school near my house and I can hear the bell ringing. I think it's auto programmed. It rings all summer long. Like, they're not in school, but it rings. So that's going on. I showed you that, the tubularity. So I'm just going to quickly show you this. This is by Martina Bem, and it is a long cowl tube basically, and I didn't do much on it, but this is Miss Bab's Yummy right now in Deep Sea Jellyfish, which is my favorite of her colors. So that's how far I am. Yes, there's a hole, that's a button that I opted to put in there. My sections are longer than other people's because I did, I'm doing 6 colors instead of 7. And you can see I've got about 1.5 inches there. Didn't get much love this week, if any. And here's my last color to go with all this. I'm just not feeling the love. I'm uncertain about this project. Plus, I want to include all this yardage in Stash Dash, so it's kind of been set aside because there was another big project that I'm feeling the deadline. I'm feeling the deadline. So that would be my Vivid. This past week, pulled it out and completed 1, 2, 3 squares. So that leaves me with 1 square to go, and that square is right here, and that's how much I have of that. So once that's finished, I can add it to right now. Oh, what's in my mouth? This nature. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my stack here of squares. I have 19 finished. That's number 20. And it is time to start blocking and getting ready to sew this up. So this is going to be for thing 2, I think. It matches the nursery theme, the bright colors of the nursery. So, yeah. Isn't that going to be lovely? I know. The main color in the nursery is this teal color. So it'll have just a perfect pop. I'm not sure if I want to do a border on the edge. That's my like one. Oh, we'll see. We'll see once I get sewing it up and see how I feel. But the Vivid by Tin Can Knits, and this is Barocco Vintage, US size 7. I'm going to tell you about the needles. They are 4.5 millimeter needles. So, can you feel how excited I am? I'm excited, but I'm also a little hesitant, or I'm feeling a little in trepidation because of, this is a lot of seaming. But I had 16 completed squares when I took a picture of it, and so I know where the holes are for the last 4, and I'm just gonna take it one row at a time until it's all one row until it's all assembled. So that's my plan. That's my plan for this weekend, I think so. That's that. So much stuff. And then lastly, I have been working on the Denver cowl by Veronica Parsons, and that is using my Miss Babs Yowza in the Berlin colorway. Is that not gorgeous? I'm going to take extra long so you can really look at how beautiful that yarn is. I'm going to tip it. I think that's just a work of art. A work of dying art. So, this is knit with US size 8, 5mm needles. And I'm just having fun with it. You know, it's not a wear now garment, so fly. Definitely for early next fall. But, so I'm not feeling the pressure to really complete it. I do want to finish my massive skein of yarn. So this is 550 or 560 yards, 560. So this would count towards one of my goals for knitting all the Rhinebeck yarn before Rhinebeck. So I do want to complete it before October. I obviously want to wear it before then, but it's not weighing heavily on my mind that I need to do it, you know? It's like, oh, I'll do 4 rows. Okay, that was good. So, oh, it's so soft, squishy, it's just beautiful. Anyways, that's the last project on my needles that I have to show you, but I have things to tell you about. So I did place my order for my Camp Loopy project, and I decided that since the theme is glamping, this is the most perfect project bag ever for that, right? There's a project in it right now that I'm gonna displace, but this is a bird leg bags. Just check the tag. So that's what I'm gonna put my project in. I have my button, I have my water glass, so I'm ready to go to camp. The project I'm going to knit, which I mentioned last time, looking for a better picture, is the Soledad, and that is a free pattern over on the Petite Pearls website. I love that site. Like, there are so many great designers and patterns housed over there. It's like a little gold mine when you do check it out. So you can see it's just a pullover, and there are cables running up the little boy's side and up his, where the raglan seams are. So I'm really excited to cast this on, and my yarn arrived, which is Malabrigo Rios. Did I show this to you last time? God, no, I think I just talked about it. I don't think I showed it to you. So here it is. This is the Playa colorway. I thought it was a little darker online than it turned out to be. Some happy plane noises for those of you who like planes. But yeah, so 2 skeins of that, and we're gonna go 400 yards. And what to tell you about this? The cables up the side. Here's how I'm tying it. I'm knitting the sweater for Roland, and the cables up the side, even though this isn't as dark as I would like it to be, but because the pattern has this tower of cable, I'm going to connect it to the Dark Tower series, which is my favorite, probably my favorite series of all time. So, and yeah, that's Stephen King. It's a Stephen King series, but it is nothing like any Stephen King. It's a Western, basically, but it's very cool. I'll let it go at that. So I got these, and then also with my Camp Loopy order, I couldn't just leave it there, and I did get some self-striping Vizio Desert Vista dye works in the Holiday Wreath colorway, which I think is just so pretty. It's just cheery, you know, that bright teal. That's what I love, you know. So predictable. So there's that's my Camp Loopy plan, and I'll be starting in just over a week. So I did open a thread to talk about if you're in for the challenge or not, and let's see, what can I say? I think I joined the group 3, the teal glamping group, because of course that is my color. So, one last thing. Hold your breath. No, don't hold your breath. Last thing, I want to do a 2014 intentions update. I'm trying to knit the 14 skeins of Rhinebeck yarn that I bought last year, and so far I've finished 1. But I do have 3 skeins that are in progress, I guess is how I'd say it. So the Berlin, the Miss Yowza is one, and the Tubularity is using the Deep Sea Jellyfish, and the Glacier hat, or the red hat I knit, and the red fingerless mitts, and the pear hat that had red in it, all of those, that Traveler by Dragonfly Fibers. Still haven't finished that skein. I need to knit something else with it, but so that's in progress. So 1 done, 3 in progress on that. 14 pairs of socks. I've completed 4 pairs, but I have 3 pairs on the needle, and next week I should be showing you 2 finished pairs of socks. At least 1, maybe 2. So that'll put me back on track for, because it is May. So if I'm gonna do like 1.25 a month, I need to get closer to 6 finished by the end of May. So there's that. 5 pairs of slippers. Haven't done any. You know, maybe that's a later development. Worthy sock people, so gifting or knitting socks for people that I deem are worthy to receive hand knit socks. I've done 1 out of the 5. So, okay, I still have some work to go there. And then knitting 6 sweaters, 2 for me, 2 for Ro, 2 for Thing 2. I've done the 2 for Thing 2, the smallest and easiest. I'm about to start 1 of Roland's 2. And I have so many sweaters. Maybe I should do a whole show of works in progress sweaters that I have, UFOs, just languishing, and decide if I'm gonna frog them or keep going. That actually might be fun and helpful. So 2 out of 6 there. And then complete more hats than last year. I have officially knit 9 hats, and last year I did 8. So I'm ahead on that one. So that's my update. I'm going to open a thread, share what's going on with your intentions update. We are almost halfway through the year. I need to get going on these. So I think that's all I have to say, except a big old thank you. Enjoy some sunny spring weather. I hope it's warm and glorious wherever you are, and you are enjoying what's going on in your knitting world. Take care. Bye.
I'm singing the song, Daddy.
You're singing a song?
The song.
I'm singing Juju's song. I'm singing Juju's song. A ready kid, nice to pick it. No, I have these. They're right in the tray.
Okay.
Train, Tim, let's smack in the together. It's not smacking together.
They're not smacking together?
Mm-mm.
That's good.